and we run with it. I mean, I am the first one to admit that oftentimes my thoughts, boy, I can get caught in it, and I have to go find somebody to change that subject and say, well, no, that's not how I saw it. Or, well, what we could do is we could do this differently. And thank heaven for it. I was talking at our table that Mark and I in the very beginning, mostly Mark, not me, because I should do better at it, but he reads a lot. Mark's a speed reader. I mean, he can literally read a book in a day. I mean, and then he retains it. I have to read it, and then I go back. I like a physical book, even though we can get them. I have several books downloaded on different devices, but I like to have that physical book so I can dog-ear it and tag it and outline it and stuff like that. But in the books that we have all read, that's how we've really been able to pull out the theory of this giving mentality. And they say, even in books that I found off my mom's and dad's library, in 1957 was a book that I often quote from If You Can Count to 4. And he says in there that you can only think one thought at a time. And if it's one thought at a time, then switch that thought to something positive. And imagine the great things you can do. And you can only, and he also says, you can only be as successful if you are helping others to become successful. And so in saying that, I can proudly say that Ashley has come a long way. For her to get a $108,000 check, all of you, think about it. It's real. It's there. It isn't just her. The way Mark and I created the bonus program is different than any direct selling and network marketing company. They came to us. They gave us a lot of insight. Mark's very, very, very smart with numbers because of his background in construction. He can build parking structures, 25, 50 floors above ground, and prior to that, he has to build it 5 or 6 floors below ground for parking structures. So he knows about projections and numbers and everything else. In creating the bonus plan, when we first started cutting checks, I said to Mark, we can't do that. We just can't do it. He goes, Dan, it's in there. As the company grows, that money is there for all the consultants. There's plenty of it, and it will always be there if you're willing to go out there and get it. So don't let yourself think about it. Mark and I, years ago, were in a network marketing company. I think the difference between network marketing and direct selling is that I refer to it in my own head, is vitamins and shakes and protein drinks and everything like that versus jewelry, candles, clothing, Avon, things like that. But in any direct selling company, they say that the average woman or person that wants to be in business strives to do, she was just sitting with me and said, I just want to make $500 extra a month. And all of you who are already in this business already know, and if you're not making $500 a month, we got to talk. Because it's time to help improve your efforts, okay? But it's a simple business that we created for you to succeed. And we did it because we needed it to be simple for us. I mean, like I said, we have so many children and so many things that are going on. And taking the time to be present and being there with your families is really what it's all about. The money's there. Reach out and talk to Brittany and Ashley and Jamie. I mean, Jamie, to make $20,000. What could $5,000 do to your life? In extra, above and beyond selling, if you just got a check for $5,000 a month, I know the men in here are going, what are we gonna do? The minute I asked Mark to help me, because it was like, SOS, I can't do this anyway. I was doing parties, I could do 24 parties. Like I said, I would do 2 vans going out, and I would book 4 parties a day out of each van. And we were slicing and dicing and making it happen. But what we did do is that we decided we needed to come up with something that could help other people make money, and they could do it on their own time when they were doing it. But when I was doing it, I was doing it because I was on a mission. I loved the money. I needed the money. We needed the money. We were in terrible debt. His construction business was very cyclical, like real estate and everything else. So I want to challenge you as you are thinking today, the rest of today, about why are you doing this? What is the whole interest of being involved in this company? It is no longer a woman's business. If you think about the fashion industries back in the early years, it was the Chinese came across into the U.S. area, and all the Jewish community, they were the big clothing. They were the weavers, the fabric, the carpet mills, the fabric industrial people that did that. And they were the ones that really, if you think about the top fashion icons in the industry, most of them are men. You know, Marc Jacobs, you know, so many of these other companies out there that are amazing. It is not a woman's business. So when I asked Mark to go to LA and pick up fabric, he laughed. He went, "Dion, I don't know about fabric." I said, "Just get something stretchy." He's like, "Oh, God, you want stretchy fabric? Because, you know, we women, we need stretchy." And he did a really good job and picked out a lot of really great fabrics, but we soon realized that we don't know the content of fabrics. We didn't go to school for it. And ignorance is bliss. That's why we hired Patrick. We found Patrick, and Patrick was like, "Hey, I got this." He knew everything about it. He knew how to. He now weaves everything from the thread up to tell you what the content is, and can tell you before. That's why the original. We still have the original tags. That the hang tags say, "Wash, cold, hang dry, ... or you'll be sad." Maybe because I didn't know what was in the fabric, and I thought, I'm not returning it. No, I am going to sell it. And if you ruin your item, that is your problem, not mine. See ya. Because I was like, I don't have time. I don't have time to do returns and refunds. I don't know anything. My body's not that way, then my brain isn't thinking. Anyway, so we did it that way. And so I'm glad to see you guys in here, you men, you partners or wherever you're at. Thankful that you're in here and showing support, because the minute Mark got involved, because great minds think alike, he could do things that I wasn't good at, and he is not good at selling skirts. And I made him do several, but it's not his thing. But he is so good at what he does. And the minute you guys come together, you can set goals. And when those of you that don't have a spouse or that's involved, I want to challenge you to find an accountability partner, okay? Because your accountability partner could be in this room, somebody you don't know, somebody that doesn't know who you are or what you do and why you do it. And they can say to you, no, remember you made a promise to me last week, you know? And so that's what we want, is we want to get you to have an accountability partner that expects you to be better, okay? Sometimes you won't like that person. You'll get frustrated, but don't. Use it as an opportunity to have them make you be better. So in this room are some amazing people that have an amazing story that I don't think I've ever heard before. And does anybody want to be first, or do you want me to? Yes, I want to hear it. Okay, Julie's going to periscope here. I'm going to go from chair to chair.
Actually, this is our third Inspire. We went to Philly and DC, but I hadn't got the chance to talk to you. And we went to lunch with you in DC, and I was like, I'm going to try to go to lunch again because I want to talk. My name's Allie Bennett. I live in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Really tiny place, and we flew all the way out. This is my girl Peyton.
I was going to say, because she signed me on here in Denver, so.
And I actually emailed you a couple weeks ago because I've been in with LuLaRoe since March 11th when I got my initial inventory. So almost 4 months. This is my boyfriend Gary. We do this together. He lives in Philadelphia, so we're actually in a long distance relationship, and he's able to help me even from 6 hours away. So it's really amazing. I do Periscope mostly, so he does the list keeping and things like that. So it's really awesome. And I'm just going to read the email because I put a lot of thought into it, and I'm afraid I won't put a lot of thought into it. And just to add to that, those of you guys that are in the queue, we're 4 months in. We're going to be cruise qualified, 2nd tier. This one. And I'm not doing anything special. Anyone can do this. Okay, says, hello, Deanne. I had to reach out after meeting you in Philly and DC and not really grabbing the opportunity to tell you everything in my heart. And I'm going to cry. I wasn't even sure I had the words without sobbing, and I know how overwhelming Inspire can be with so many people. But I needed to talk to you today because last night we had a FaceTime conversation with an amazing customer of ours. They took a leap, but they joined our team, and now we're at 10. That was 4 people ago. So now we're at 14.
4 months.
I am now a trainer in the queue, and I'm thrilled to be becoming a part of your leadership team. 12 weeks ago, I was a different person. I was in a really hard place. I was praying like hell for an opportunity to slow down at my current career as a wedding photographer. That was keeping me from spending as much time as I would have liked with my daughter. And God literally threw LuLaRoe into my face and said, "This is for you." I didn't own a single piece of LuLaRoe before I signed up to be a consultant. I just felt like I was directly called to make a move and to make it right now. So I signed up on February 1st at the cusp of the crazy explosion. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I got my inventory on March 11th and I hit the ground running. I am cruise qualified for level 2, both months on track for level 3 in month 3. And LuLaRoe recruits are throwing themselves at me. It's incredible. I've never asked anyone to join our team. It's happening on its own. I was not even planning to build a team, and now I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that's where I'm supposed to be. 9 weeks in, and this is just the beginning. I'm so grateful for this and for you and your vision. I know you probably hear it a lot, but this is just incredible. Thank you so much. To give you more about my why, let's rewind. When I was 13, my mom committed suicide. A victim of a thankless life as a mother, she was unable to pull herself out of a secret depression. The following years were full of stress and drama, leading to my moving out at the age of 15. I was unofficially adopted by my sister's boyfriend's family, awkward, and lived with them until the time I went to college. Debbie Jameson became my mother, as well as my absolute guardian angel. She was a godly woman. Sorry, brown pals, I go.
There's a clean one.
You're amazing.
Just don't absorb.
It's kind of rough. She was a godly woman with more grace than anyone in the world, and she was a godsend and a rock. After I got married and had my first baby in 2010, we found out that she had pancreatic cancer. That was 2 weeks after my daughter was born. The outlook was not good, and she passed away when my daughter was 8 months old. Needless to say, I'm a broken, motherless mother. I'm sorry. I have been lower than low. I have voids that are too large to fill. But through my own divorce and through Jesus, I carry on, believing that it is my absolute responsibility not to give in to the same demons that killed my mother. When LuLaRoe came into my life, I genuinely thought I would be selling some leggings for some side money so that I could slow down taking so many weddings and being away on the weekends. But what I got into was multitudes more. The money is fantastic. The way that it has brought my boyfriend Gary and me closer and saved us from calling it quits is miraculous. And the fact that I feel like my destiny is being fulfilled is absolutely astonishing. I've always felt my struggles were to give me strength, and that if I can find a way to let light shine through darkness, that it's been in my life, that maybe others could find the courage to do the same. Especially mothers who are in the tough years of child rearing and are completely lost. I have received a dozen or more handwritten letters, as well as tons of texts and Facebook messages from customers telling me I have a light, that because of it they have found joy in their darkness, that I've made them feel special or beautiful, and they are thankful for me. And I can't explain how selling skirts has equated to feeling used for a higher purpose. And I'm in tears over it. Again. I feel like the reason I was placed on this earth was to empower people, and there's a quote that sums up my life's goal. And it says, "I wish that what I could show you when you're lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being." And with LuLaRoe, it's happening and it's incredible. So long story short, I wanted to say thank you. And then I wanted to ask you about when is training in October, because I'm going to be there.
It's that, I think it's the 13th. Is it the 13th or the 20th? Is it the 20th? Kenny.
She's like, we need to
Kenny,
date
look at
now.
that.
We're wedding photographers, we need to know.
Oh, you'll be done with that.
Yeah.
October, you'll be done.
So thank you.
Allie, you are amazing. You know what? You have so much light. You here, they're going, wow, I want to be Allie's BFF. She's
You're
mine.
getting lots of love on, you're getting lots of love on here too.
You know what? And Syra and Vanessa lost their mom to cancer also, and she said, can you be my mom? I said, yes. Can you be your mom too? Because you know why? It's just so awesome. And you know, you won't know until you get older, more kids you have, if you choose to have more kids. But or when your kids get older, you won't know what a mantle of responsibility it is for you, that you will get stronger. I lost my mom when I was 23. I had 2 little kids. I thought my life was never going to go on. I thought I had a nervous breakdown. I mean, darkest time of my whole entire life. And just what's so great about what we know now is that we have so many resources, and you've already got it. You're like, you know, and when you get down and depressed, you got to go, no, I got it. I got this. Because there are so many amazing people that are going to be attracted, like you said. You don't have to try. People are being attracted to you, and you're going to start growing so fast. And the hardest part is to keep from the negativity, because there's going to be women that are, and it's in this industry because we're hormonal. We do. You all know that there are days when you go, sorry, honey, I'm sorry. Today's the day, and I wasn't yesterday, and yesterday was awful, and now I know why, because today happened, and we all know what I mean. That's the day of the month that you're not pregnant. But I have saved I wanted you to know that I read your letter to the whole board of directors at one of our meetings, because they need to know, these big attorneys and accountants, they need to know what's the passion all about. Why are there so many families that want what we have? They want to know. And so oftentimes, my role is to share good news, share something. That was a good news letter. It's one of those letters that I've got flagged in my email that I'll never erase, and that will probably get printed and put in one of our books that, you know, Bryce is currently starting to write our story, because it's amazing. This business is attracting such stalwart women, and if you don't feel like you're one of them, I'm here to tell you are, because you have been attracted to the chick magnet. We're all a bunch of chicks waiting to make life happen. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that. Wasn't that wonderful? I love it. So I'm gonna, who else wants to share? Anybody? Oh, look over here. This is rare. Usually I have